23 under-18s a day are treated for drink problems. So it says the sub-headline in this morning's Daily Mail, a whole page dedicated to binge drinking Britain. Jeanette Miller from Jeffrey Miller Solicitors here in Manchester joins us this morning. Now, we were talking about drink driving before the break, which kind of led us on to the drinking culture of Britain. And we've seen day after day, page after page, about binge drinking Britain and what the problem we have at the moment.
Well, yeah, this story in the Mail is really quite shocking. Just the medical problems with people under 18 drinking what sounds like copious amounts, and then the effects with the hospitals treating them. So it's not just the people that are getting behind the wheel that we see. It seems like an epidemic across the country.
Yeah, because not only is it obviously damaging our nation's youth, but it's also draining our nation's healthcare. In a sense of, I mean, it's a story in the Evening News.
Yeah, according to this here, I mean, it's below, we'll talk about this story in a moment here, but 1 in 10 cases which have booze as a primary cause of admission to hospital involve underage drinkers. 1 in 10, that's an astonishing figure, isn't it? It's really quite worrying. And there's a story there of a younger, I think, is she 15 years old? 14, beg your pardon.
Natasha Farnham, just another example of a young person caught up in the spiralling damages that drink can have. Well, what's her story?
She's saying that she's been told that if she has another drink, then she's effectively going to die. She's got no short-term memory. She started drinking 2 years ago when she was 12 and was drinking the equivalent, I think it's something like 6 bottles of wine a day.
6 bottles of wine a day?
She used to save her dinner money to spend on booze and had no problem getting it. So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously extreme, and I don't think that's something that's happening all over the place, but it really is pretty shocking.
Extreme or not, though, the fact that this is allowed to happen, to save her dinner money, to buy that amount of alcohol, begs the question, who's buying it for her? Because she can't be getting it herself, surely. No. She doesn't look old enough, and there's surely a responsibility on shop owners there to make sure that they're not selling to underage children, because that's just horrific.
It really is. It's awful. She doesn't say how she got the alcohol, but she just said it was never hard to get our hands on it. So
is this one of the problems that we're facing in this country, the fact the accessibility of alcohol, whether it be supermarkets, whether it be corner shops, whether it be getting their, I don't know, big brothers or friends to go into shops to get it for them? The fact of the matter is so readily available.
I don't know. I think it's just generally the attitude towards drinking. I go to France quite a lot, and it's a very different culture. People don't go out purposefully to get drunk, whereas here that seems to be a sort of a culture here. It's not about enjoying a nice glass of wine and appreciating the taste of alcohol. It's let's see how much we can get down our throats and how drunk we can get. I think the story that you mentioned before, just the dangers that women are exposing themselves to, young women, when they go out, it's just dreadful. The risk of people, well, they talk about people passing out in the streets and not knowing how they've got home. It's just really, really sad.
It's frightening, isn't it? But I think what's even more frightening is that it's not shocking to see people in these states necessarily anymore. When you go out to a bar, there are always a collection of people who you'll see. This is a warning to young girls in particular, like you say, that will drink to oblivion, that link very much alcohol with winding down after work. And there's going to be a new campaign to hand out these credit card-sized information packs from taxi drivers. I think it's going to start in Oldham initially. It's going to have information about what units there are in each of the drinks, which I think is really good. Going back to the story we spoke, particularly if people are then going to think about driving, but just as an issue to the health, and also information on emergency contraception and various other things they might find useful. So hopefully more of the same, and it's going to get rolled out, because it's a big worrying problem.
Well, thanks for joining us so far. Plenty more newspapers to come at 7 o'clock.
Time now, though, to meet the winner of the Pet Idol competition. It's been run in conjunction with Pets at Home. Here's Riley, the rescue dog.